Bonsoir racers, so you find us for round 7 of Mardave Madness at Ignition RaceWay over in Wakefield. I'm managed to qualify in 3rd place on the grid, with Daryl in second up pole, Julian in the Neo hire car, then there's me, and then the young 9-year-old sensation, which is Alfie Lee. Let's see how we get on. Ooh. So it's a bit of a lucky start for me. From 3rd place I managed to watch the first 2 get a little bit entangled in themselves, and Julian and myself finds ourselves in Julian running first and me running second behind him. Julian has a mistake there, ends up on his roof, and I take advantage of that and find myself in 1st place. So from 3rd to 1st, it certainly makes a change. Usually I'm going somewhere the other way and having to work very hard the rest of the race to claw something back. Still sporting the John Deere inspired roadkill colours. As I've said previously, I'm very grateful to Matt Blowers, the Team Mardave driver, spending a bit of time with me over tonight's session, just running through a couple of bits and bobs. Really felt as though it helped and improved a little bit of, not necessarily my driving, because the driving, I'm still not perfect with my lines, not by a long way, but my confidence. I had a lot more confidence to push the car a little bit harder through corners and things and carry more speed. So super grateful to him for that. And obviously I run a Mardave, so it helps having a driver that's familiar with her stuff, just giving you some pointers. I've got a good 5 or 6 seconds over 2nd place at the minute. Julian again, I don't know what's happened, he seems to have disappeared down the back there. He must have had some issues. He's running the Neo hire car, and I'm actually making enough progress to be coming up to catch Daryl, which is surprising seeing as he qualified on pole and certainly really did out-qualify me. Now, I've got to admit, the closer I got to everybody as they were really trying to chase each other down, the more I was actually thinking I don't want to catch them if I can just keep a good distance between myself and 2nd place, as opposed to try to force a pass or catch a driver and force past. I thought it was better just to maintain a bit of a watching brief and keep my distance, because I was bound to crash and take myself out. But I've almost got a full lap on everybody now, just not physically catching them to pass them. So I don't know if you noticed through the S-bend, I just feel as though I've got a lot more confidence in the car this week. Who knows, this may be the turning point, and it might be time to do away with the Core 21 and move on to a Satan. Who knows? But my lines still aren't perfect, so there's still lap time and speed to be found. So just patience there, don't force it through. So I've actually lapped those 2 cars, but in the back of my mind I was actually thinking they're probably a bit quicker than me, and they'll definitely be trying harder than me, because I'm just trying not to make mistakes now, but they'll be really trying to push each other. And I thought, if they do catch me, there's a good chance of us all taking each other out and nobody then benefiting.
3, 2, 4, 1.
Green and pink car that you keep catching glimpses of, that's young Alfie Lee. He's doing really, really well. Him and Julian were having a cracking battle. See there, you know, is there any point me putting a faster motor in if I'm still making silly mistakes like that?
and keep him on the track. I'm not second in spot together. Now Alison Lee in second.
Got to admit, this was the first night that our MC, or race commissaire, or the legend that is Howard, did his first driver's briefing at the start of tonight's racing. Julian just let me go there, very gentlemanly of him. And I really think that made a difference to how everybody drove over the night. There was no issues with people taking each other out or poor driving etiquette. Everybody drove really, really well. That young lad was rescuing his dad's car. Darryl had decided to park facing a wall. And at this point I realised we'd lost Julian. So he clearly had a bit of an issue and decided to retire the car. So at least I was guaranteed of a podium. The question is, whereabouts on the podium would I be stood? So far so good, it's looking alright. We'll have to wait and see.
Everyone managing to get an extra lap in there.
Oh, and I just didn't quite catch Alfie Lee to put a lap on him. Yeah, really good race. Happy with that. Managed to find myself in first place within the first 2 or 3 laps, and just drove steadily to keep a watching brief on everybody. But yeah, that's young Alfie Lee. He drove really well.